It said, Doc, I quite often get mail from Lifeline Screening, okay, to screen for cardiovascular disease, stroke, aneurysm, etc. Is this screening something you would recommend? You know, yes and no. It's a guess. It goes back to like saying, oh, I've got the gene for this thing. All right, that's great, but if the environment never encourages the gene, it does nothing the rest of your life.
Just sits there.
They have no way of predicting if it'll ever express or not. They have no way of knowing this, but it's great marketing. This is kind of the same thing. You know, there was a Heart Scan America that came out when I first got into practice.
I remember that.
Right, and it got nicknamed Heart Scam America because all of a sudden they figured out, look, these things are more wrong than they are right. All the hospitals that purchased these $1 million units now are sitting there with a heavy paperweight. And they're like, yeah. So they started saying, well, let's give it to you guys, and you can pay cash for it. So there's no insurance anymore because insurance won't pay for them. Right. So they're like, well, let's get you to pay cash for it. And people are like, oh yeah. So again, clever marketing says, well, we'll check this, we'll check that, and we'll see it. Is there benefit to it? There's always benefit to getting looked at a little bit. Is it this huge benefit? Not entirely. A lot of times when you have these things run, you'll go to your doctor with it, and they'll say, So it's a yes/no thing. If you got $100 or $150, whatever they're charging for them now, and you'd like to get a little screen done, it might pick up some traumatic problem, 1 out of a million. All right, but as a rule of thumb, there's more false positives than there are not, and so that gets you thinking and worried and scared. So pick and choose your battles. That's my recommendation on it. I don't think there's any major harm in it as long as you go into it very open-minded. If you're living a pretty healthy lifestyle, they're not that big a deal. If you're not living a healthy lifestyle, then clean it up and see what you can do to change it. But they're not the end-all, be-all, and the great thing I think that they're meant to be. I just think that they're a little loose on what they can interpret for you.